Let's take a guess on how this father figured out that his son didn't want to go to college. His gut told him something was up, and he ran out to get to the bottom of it. The boy firmly declared, "I'm not going to college." Now the father's jaw dropped. The family's hard work was all for this. The boy thought the snowy little town was his destined home, while the distant dreams felt like a fantasy too far out of reach. The father, using his carpentry skills, decided to risk it all and enter a dog sledding race to scrape together tuition money for his son. But family opposed. The course was devilish, -30 till the sea unthinkable. After all, each year, some competitors end up napping on the course due to the extreme conditions, and at Dad's age, just finishing the race was a huge... He had to ponder this not-so-reliable idea and ultimately decided to let it go. So, he turned his woodworking skills into a hope for cash, laboring away in the snow with his son every day. Little did he know, an unexpected twist was about to change Will's fate dramatically. That day, the father and son were in high spirits, but fate had a trick up its sleeve. Dad accidentally fell into the icy river, leaving everyone in school rushed over to grab the rope, only to find things were worse than he imagined. No matter how desperately he and the pup struggled, they were unable to prevent the sled from sinking deeper, and the cries of despair reverberated through the deserted village. Will was devastated. The dog dragged him home while Dad sadly sank into the icy abyss, a tragic turn of events. Life is truly unpredictable. You never know if the next second brings sunshine or unexpected disaster. Always thought goodbyes were on a long path, but reality hit as he suddenly found himself separated from his father. Will was filled with guilt. In the middle of the night, he couldn't resist visiting the doghouse to vent with the pups. However, Gusk, the lead dog, went haywire as if accusing Will of causing Dad's death. Will lost control of his emotions and snapped at Gusk for not helping Dad, creating a very tense atmosphere. Just when it seemed like things would boil over, Uncle showed up and helped cool things down. Even though Will and Gus got into a quarrel, when Mum made the decision to sell Gusk, Will instantly stood up to object. Gusk was Dad's favorite sled dog. They had won races together. But Mum only knew she had to scrape together money for Will's college. That damn dream took Dad's life. If this was the price, I'd rather not go to college. For the next few days, Will was sleepless, feeling like life had lost its direction. Until one morning, a ray of sunlight hit a race flyer, almost guiding him. He hatched a peculiar idea to enter the dog sledding race. When he told Mum about this crazy idea, he faced fierce opposition. Mom had already lost her husband. She didn't want to lose her only son again. Will, in desperation, went to seek Uncle's support, pouring his heart out over his shattered dreams. Uncle was touched by his sincerity and begged to give Will a chance. Uncle decided to help Will train, but the catch was enduring the cold. So, Will slept less and ran more each day, desperately trying to catch up with those strong competitors. As time passed, after a month of hellish training, Will was ready to board the train that would take him far away. With tears, Mama urged Will not to obey for $10,000. Coming back alive matters most. Uncle told Will to let faith guide him in the face of fear and handed him a whistle, hoping it would help him rally Gusk's support. As the train roared, Will boarded with 7 sled dogs, embarking on an unknown journey. After 3 days in ice, they finally arrived in Winnipeg. The excitement in the air felt like a carnival. Competitors wielding strong backing showed up one after another, and Will looked like a little boat among bodybuilding titans were. During the introductions, he didn't hear his name. It turned out there was a hiccup with the registration fee. His $50 registration fee didn't arrive until after the deadline, almost sending him into a meltdown. To participate now, he needed another $10, but he only had $2. Talk about a broken heart. Just then, a reporter named Kingsley offered to sponsor Will with $10, but there were ulterior motives behind it. As a seasoned journalist, he was incredibly excited about the matchup between the rookie and those hulking competitors and wanted to document the story. Despite getting the chance to enter, the organizers were hesitant about letting him finish due to his lack of experience. They planned to come up with an excuse to remove Will from the game after the first day of the race. The next morning early, The race kicked off officially. 20 competitors plus 140 dogs embarked from Winnipeg, headed straight for St. Paul. The course was a whopping 840 kilometers. Whoever arrived first would be crowned champion. Will had bad luck in the draw and always ended up starting last. To catch up with the competitors, Will gave it his all, even hopping off the sled to run alongside.